So, it's 6 o'clock.
Hold on.
Come on. Come in. You're the last contestant. Right?
6 o'clock.
6:01. Okay. First of all, I thank you for sitting and talking with us. And our purpose of this meeting is to get everybody on the same page, see what you guys expect from us, and tell you what we would like from you.
Yeah.
And also to figure out this funding so that it's easier for us, like, because we're gonna raise money. With money being attached to this is how I am. If I'm gonna raise money and say we'll just say $1,000, and I put it into the fund, and I have to be able to say, hey, I raised this much, this is what I spent it on, and this is something I have left over to the community, because I feel that us as the people that are gonna, or want to do the Christmas lighting, we're responsible for what they donate as far as monies and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna have my name tarnished or somebody thinking that I'm, trying to off, okay? But before in the past, the trustees have been doing this,
Yes.
so there was no, you guys did it, they did it, nobody kept, right? But now, if there's an outside community for people doing
Yes.
this, and so we are responsible, and we are going to be looked at in a different light. Okay, so that's my whole thing with this. It's not to point fingers, it's not to, blame anybody, it's just get everybody on the same page, so things come out the way they should. Now, my other question is, the Historical Society, are they under the operating park lighting, or do they have their own line?
They don't have one.
So their money is entangled with what?
Just them.
Okay, is there a possibility?
Which stop.
Yeah.
The Historical Society is not under the government.
Right.
Okay.
Neither
is the BCB. So you're asking if there's money in our.
No. That's not where I was going with that. Hold on. The reason I'm asking is the monies that we get donated for the Christmas lighting. Okay, all the money that's donated for the Christmas lighting, the money we raise for the Christmas lighting / events, whatever you want to call it. Can we have our own entity like the Historical Society? So that way that money is separated, because from what I'm being explained, if it's under operating park lighting, that is a whole nother issue they could bring up. You know what I mean? The money's entangled into something else. It's entangled under operating park lighting. It's not, it should be on, like that, on its own entity like the
We have
Historical
a separate
Society.
line item for park lighting.
But it's not under lighting, it's Christmas, because it's
So we decided we couldn't call it Christmas
No.
holiday.
when somebody's donating money, okay, and they put on the check for Christmas lighting, that's what only money is that can be spent on for
Right.
Christmas lighting.
Right.
Okay, so we got that.
Right.
Okay. But the park lighting, what we, Jim and I, and Jeff, you weren't here that day, spoke about is the lighting on the outside of the buildings, please put that under operating park lighting, whatever, because that way we could use it all year long. Because we have, as our group, we have plans for Fourth of July, how we want to light things up, how we want to do things to this stuff. And we like to do this for the community as a volunteer group,
Okay.
okay? I don't want to entangle money, is what I'm trying to say, because if I go and somebody says, hey, we donated, money, and they will, you guys all know this.
Yeah.
We donated money, you guys, what are you doing with all that? How come this is what I have, this is what I spent it on, this is what's left, and I'm gonna do it every year. So I might do it twice a year,
Can I hold you up?
okay?
Corey, have you got your camera working? Because there's no way I can take those and keep track back, okay? I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, okay. So, all I'm asking for is, can we please take the Christmas lighting fund out of operating park lighting and put it in its own line, like it is with the Historical Society?
I think that's a bad idea
Why?
because of what you just said. So if you want to use that money and the funding that you got donated to you by the people of the township for
Right,
the 4th of July, for Memorial Day,
right,
that can't be coming out of the Christmas
Exactly.
lighting.
I know that,
Okay.
because,
So are we gonna have separate funds for everything that
well,
you do then?
that's how I want to do this rule. So if we do it Christmas lighting, because I stupidly went ahead of myself And I bought 50/50 tickets, I spoke to you guys about selling 50/50 tickets. And I put on there Christmas lighting and events for the community on this ticket. So any money I raise can go to any event, like you wanna have an Easter thing, you wanna have this, that, whatever, goes in that. I'm going to put on the banner, anybody that is donating to Christmas lighting, could you please put Christmas lighting and community events on there so that we can move this forward to that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we could put it as a community, but if it's under operating park lighting, under government, I think that's a government entity for you guys. Okay, the Christmas is like the lights
It's a
around.
government entity.
Wait, I think what
I'm
they're
not
saying.
explaining myself. properly.
Yeah, I think what they're saying is the historical society, they don't have any funds with them, they have their own account. Right.
They have no account with the township. They never have. We've never.
Well, they do their own fundraising, they do their own
Exactly.
retention and all that.
Any donation that comes to them, the check or money has their name on it.
The
We've never
historical
seen it.
society or the museum, which one would it
The
be?
historical society,
Yeah, what's the other one?
the museum.
Okay, they have the money, but somebody has the money.
Yes, the museum.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's my mistake.
The museum is underneath the township.
So what's that under?
Line item, museum.
By itself?
Yes.
Okay, can we have, like, I'm sorry, that was my mistake,
Okay.
I get what you're
You're
stuff.
talking about not, you could be the car show committee, or you could be the craft show committee, or you could be, you should be your own thing.
Right.
Yes.
We
I know, we don't need a line, don't give us any money, whatever you wanna do a fundraiser, we approve it.
But the
Give
reason
some
why,
pancakes and sausage, do a
Right.
fundraiser.
But here's the reason why.
Like the historical society does, when they do a fundraiser, you know what? Who gets, what they do with the money? They donate it to us, to Bristol.
They don't have to.
They don't know, they don't have to, but they do. So what I'm saying, why can't you do whatever you want to? We don't care.
But if we do that, you're making us sign a contract, right?
Only if you use
You can use
assets
whatever
of the
organization you want to
which
be.
is the buildings, which is the
No.
lights, which is
No.
everything else.
Just the lights. We are allowed to donate away some.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
did you see this?
And we're not a 501c, we're not
You're
a
not,
501c.
that's a problem.
We refuse until.
That's a problem. How is it a problem?
Did you read this?
I did, but
Okay.
it's not a problem because we're volunteers. We're not having our
That's
own
why,
little,
like, we wanted to have.
we're not having our own little
You guys need the
association.
money, but we just don't, right, we'll hand the money to you, but
That's a
why buy it
donation,
here?
that's a donation,
Right.
right?
Yeah, but don't put it in the general fund. Why can't you
No,
do it separate?
But if we need to buy two new gear, we just wanna buy two new gear. I mean, this is us in
I
bad
should
shape.
make it this way.
Why don't you just come to us and say, hey, we'd like to buy 2 new gear.
Well,
Oh,
Wait a
yeah.
minute.
Right.
I knew you were, I know you were.
If you, and we decide on our own, you know what, we need some gear in the park. I say, we can buy it for ourselves, and you can put it in the park. What is the big deal?
Okay, here's the thing.
But they're trying to say they don't wanna have your approval.
Well, they have to have our approval,
No,
I'm sorry.
no, but you're not gonna finish.
Oh.
What she's trying to say is like, when I try to get the sales after Christmas, and I call and I say, hey, can I have some money to go buy some deer or some, whatever we wanna go buy, am I not, what am I allowed to have? I'll bring you the receipt, I'll pay the taxes on it, I don't give a shit. It was, well, I'm not gonna get my money back. Did you see what I'm saying? I would go after the sales and say, just tell me, you
Let
get
us buy.
$500.
Let us
By
buy.
the time you go get them, I sent them for, and nothing against you, I sent them
It's
for
gonna cost more money.
They're freaking gone.
What?
Wait,
That's-
They're gone.
You guys have the Amazon account? Township?
We do,
Then why don't you just get them through there? Have them
We can't.
delivered right here.
I can't.
we can't.
Why?
We
No,
can't.
they
We
can't, I
can.
can't.
No, I thought you said they can't.
Okay, but it is.
But it blows if there's a deer, she's saying she wants to buy.
And it goes on sale, and I get it on sale, it's like more for money, we can't.
So listen, you gotta get back to what Jimmy started at the first place, so you will have your, why don't you raise money for your organization and keep it in your organization, or you don't want to do that?
Because, I'm gonna tell you why I don't wanna do that.
Okay.
Okay, because we have the clothes thing out there, right? Every month, so clothes, you know, the lady goes.
Well, no, we have that.
Right, but that goes, you see that on there, it goes to the Christmas lighting fund.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so that, when I say we, we're part of the Christmas lighting fund, those are
Okay.
whole freaking group. Okay, so that money goes to the Christmas lighting fund. I don't want money here, okay, can I have 200 years, I'll use 200, no, I want everything put together. Everything goes in one fund.
Okay.
Question, what do we have? Here's, like, what do we have
Anything he did give that, I'm gonna send her a thing and tell her, thank you very much.
If you
But,
did you see the numbers?
but here, right, but here's my thing, I'm gonna ask a dumb question, and I'm not, again, not pointing fingers at anybody prior to you guys, after you, it doesn't matter. So they spend $1,000, $1,500 a year on stuff, Christmas lighting stuff, according to the paperwork,
Yeah.
which I believe her, she
Yeah.
didn't, you know, she made this shit up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I will. That donuts to dollars, that's not what I was gonna say. Those deer and those snowmen have not been bought in the last 5 to 10 years. You see me putting them up, half the legs are falling off,
Robin,
I'm not
I've been
rewiring
here
those damn
4
things.
years. I put those up for 2 years.
Yeah,
When I put them up 4 years ago, my wife had a fit, right. And you know what they did? They sat there for hours rewiring them. So I'm just saying.
I know that.
Those are old.
I get it.
Try to use what we had because we
No,
don't.
and I get you, but Jim, what I'm saying is, what the freak did you spend $1,000 on? It ain't nothing new up there.
You
But
saw
like
the
a box
lights out
light.
there.
For box lights, you didn't spend $1,000 on a box light.
When? When
I
is
bought
that?
commercial lights that you need.
When?
Nick said I need a commercial right now on the spreadsheet.
I'm talking about 4 years ago.
Right on the
Okay,
spreadsheet.
hang on.
Right on the spreadsheet.
It's right.
But listen, Nick,
I have it.
Nikki got two commercial things, commercial. And we spent $400 on those commercial lights that she got. So come on.
Okay.
I'm just befuddled.
In
I
2018.
don't like it. It's such a complicated thing.
Exactly, why?
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
6 years ago,
They
none of us
spent
were here.
$2,800.
Yeah, but she's just giving an example.
They spent $2,800, 2019, $1,800, 2020, $1,700, 2021,
And they're gonna negative every year.
$700, 2022, $1,400, but like you said, there's not one new.
There isn't anything new.
But
Couple things.
there's a couple, not $1,000, but here's my thing. Every year, they were in negative. I need, and this is what I want to come up with. We come up with them, I keep 25% in, can I please have $900, like we said at the beginning, remember how we give me a number, and I'm allowed to spend that money, I will pay the freaking tax on it. I will go get the shit, bring receipts to you, you will reimburse me the receipts minus the tax. Can we just come up with that agreement?
I don't know, we can't even know.
Everybody else can do it, why can we not do it?
Who's everybody else?
Other townships, that's how they allow them to do it, you come up with it, and I've done it when they,
Hey, all this stuff here, that was all the trustees. That's who was buying it, the trustees.
Why not? I'm like, well, friggin' they pay.
I have no.
And I'm complaining, but I'm just saying, so we're gonna do it every year.
Right,
Now-
that's in the past.
Right, and it's in the past, but what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to prove is, I need to buy some stuff, okay?
Okay.
I want this to look, wait, everything up there is either donated.
Please, no, we will.
Tell us what
You
you
can
want.
suck and shock, and I take $500 to get a hell of a
We'll
lot
go
of
then.
anything.
We're
Done, and
not
I'm nice, but I can
We'll go
always-
buy it. If we gotta pay 500 instead of 250, if we want it, we'll go buy it.
You of all people,
Well,
Mr.
we
Honey-
don't shop.
Finisher.
We
Hey,
don't shop.
I
Don't
know.
start.
I know.
Don't tell me
You're
you
right,
shop.
you're right, we do.
Hey,
We
Mr.
need something.
Finisher.
We go buy
Right
it.
there.
Well, it's not my money.
I said it to the. Did you
If
If
it
it
was
was
my
my
money-
for the deer that I got, I still say no to the deer. They weren't the deer that we have.
I know, so that's what I said, if you can't trust me enough that we're gonna go get good stuff.
I'm fine. I can trust you. If it was up to me, we'd say, hey, you got a budget of $3,000.
That's what I'm going, give us your budget.
Well, I don't know, I don't know if they're
There
legal.
has to be a budget.
Absolutely.
I cannot give you cash because you're not a 501c.
Well, that's simple.
That's.
Well, why was the one who desperately needs you, not to be an asshole?
Well, no, you're right.
So
That's why I wish you
I'm
could do it.
right here, I need you.
I know.
I'll be down store.
You got all these figures right here, what?
So if I get a budget, because, okay, I'm on line ABC right here, this is for Christmas lighting and events
Yes.
for the community, period. Not for the park, not for operating the park, because we're not operating in the park, that's a whole other issue. The lights that are around that building, that is operating park lighting, absolutely 100% should have been out of ARP money,
It was.
100%.
Okay.
Was it? Because it's on my line. Just saying. We'll move on from that. So, from this point on, I would like to have Christmas lighting fund have its own line, Christmas lights and event.
Wait a minute, what's the event, going to this event?
So if we do Easter.
Oh, see, that's what I'm getting at.
Why
Okay,
can't-
so we can keep it separate, alright, I'll keep it separate, we'll just play.
Why can't you change the word Christmas to
Event.
holiday
Just
or?
take,
We're
event, just
Holiday.
say, but whatever we do, we have to tell people.
Bristol events.
Christmas,
Yeah.
holiday events.
Community events.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
let's do that.
You
Just
say
say-
every event you
just
want,
say
but
Christmas
you-
style.
I know, but I think we're missing it. You can't just say, hey, we want $3,000. You come to
No,
us.
we're gonna give a budget at the beginning of the year.
So
Okay,
there's-
that's what
That's all I
That's
want.
all you have to do is approve
They
it.
have to realize that budget has to be a little flexible because we, first of all, we don't know what's coming in monthly here. Okay, so when we do,
It just has to be low. That's all. Like you said, you
Yeah.
say $1,000, and then if they want more, we can always put more in there. They want a budget, if that's what they want, that's what we'll give them. I don't think that's what they want. But that's what they say.
Okay, well, no, tell me what you're thinking we want, because maybe we are miscommunicating.
Well, because we get $60 a month from the club.
yeah, 60, yeah.
$60.
So that's $720. So if we say we're gonna give you a budget of 1,000, that's where we're at.
Okay.
That's where we'd be. Now, wait, listen,
Okay,
let me talk for a second. I have no clue what anybody from the township is gonna donate. So as the donations come in, we could possibly raise your,
Budget.
or we could put that in the lighting fund where it's always went. Into the park lighting fund. That's where that money has always went. And we have the right to do that.
Yes.
But once it goes to the park lighting fund, then it goes for other things.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
But when somebody writes on the check Christmas lighting, spending on something other than.
And we've always given, and I believe 100%, I told you before, that I will 100% pass every penny through that somebody donates in this township to the Christmas lighting.
That's what I said.
I will do that 100%, I'll say that to everybody here, and anybody in the township.
If you wanna do something out there, unless it's gonna burn the cross or something, we'll, if you want a deer, or if you want a snowman, or if you want, I mean, we're.
So somewhere, someone believes that we are not passing that money through,
It's,
and we are.
the fire department, they want a tire for their fire truck, you think they just go get a tire? They gotta come here, so, huh?
We weren't doing that though. I mean, we were
No,
gonna
but I'm
say,
saying,
yeah.
and any money that's spent, we have to approve
So
it.
can I ask what dates you need money by? Are there specific time frames? Like this is sale this year. When do you need money?
Well, this year, we're gonna try to find you, but here's my thing, I'm gonna go, this is what I'm gonna do. I didn't even say that again. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask you this, if hypothetically, we're gonna raise some money right now. We have a fundraiser that we wanna do.
Okay,
So we raise the money,
good,
say we raise $2,000,
good.
okay? I'm gonna put on the band, Robin,
Good.
BCU raised $2,000, this is what we have. I would like to go and buy, say, girls, come on, let's find something we need, buy for it, and get this stuff, so we've got some updated.
Fine.
Whatever I have left, if I hand it to you, and you put it in the Christmas lighting fund,
Okay.
Why don't you just keep it?
because then I have to pay to go have taxes done, I'm not doing all that.
That's why you don't want to be filed.
I don't wanna be fucked, you
Well,
know,
why
tax.
don't you give it to us?
Jim, I'm gonna kick your ass.
The donation could be right for the park lighting or whatever.
No,
it's called.
Absolutely.
He just told me park lighting is only Christmas.
Now, historically, the.
Park lighting is not just Christmas stuff. It's not.
That's what they.
That's what they
All the
use.
Christmas stuff, in the past, for the past 20 years, which been test on park lighting.
But when they do park light, go ahead.
That leaves out like the 4th of July.
Yes, it
Leaves out
does.
the Easter egg hunt.
It
If
does.
it just says Christmas.
Well, if it says park lighting, which it
It
doesn't
doesn't
now.
leave it out, right?
It doesn't.
If you say park lighting.
Yeah.
Yes,
It does.
it doesn't say Christmas lighting
Yeah.
on.
Okay,
No, no.
can I ask this question, you don't have to answer, I guess, if you don't want to, but when you say park lighting, are they taking the monthly bill for that out of
Yes.
there?
I believe it, for November, December, January, I believe there are a few months that come out of there. And I could be talking out of line, but
I was
I am
told,
probably 75% sure that a couple months come out of there, yes.
so this is my thing. We're taxpayers of the community, we pay our tax here, that money goes to pay for this lighting all year long. So now all of a sudden, the money that people donate also now is paying for the Christmas lighting, because it's not gonna be that much of a difference in the park lighting, what's the, maybe the difference I could see taking out of it, not paying for
Okay.
it.
It's hard to say that, there was only 2023, the expenditure line was $29.65, so
I
I.
saw that too, I don't know what.
Yeah, because I think-
there,
But I think that's changed when we brought it up in the meeting.
That was a
that's what
COVID
was
year,
said.
wasn't it? That was what,
No, it was
I think
2023. Oh, that she's talking about the $29, that's all of
Yeah, I
that.
don't know what that was.
I think they stopped doing it when I was brought up, but I just wanna make sure
Okay.
if,
So we need to define park lighting better. correct?
yes, please. Could we have like?
Well, like I say, we talked about having the Easter or the pancake breakfast.
Yeah.
If we did that, I mean, we're not doing it now, but.
The next year we want to, I mean, I gotta make at least for costume.
So,
donated it back to our fund.
Correct.
so we park lighting
Right, as long as we can
is
use
a
it.
separate holiday lighting.
Can we just, instead of park lighting, can we call it holiday lighting?
Good question.
Then-
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Good.
Please, so if they have a fundraiser that make $2,000,
Yes.
they bring you $2,000 and say, here's $2,000 we raised for our Christmas lighting.
Yes.
So where does that go?
In the
park lighting.
Park,
Well,
whatever the
when
line
it's
is,
not
park
park lighting,
I
then
don't know what
it's
it's
used
called.
for other stuff too, correct?
No.
No, so park lighting is only Christmas lighting?
For the last 2 years that I've been here, yes, park lighting is only used to fund park lighting.
Now, I don't know what would come up, but I'm just playing devil's advocate, maybe we need a new, the lights all around the park.
The one, yeah, the ones that are on the sidewalk.
If
Would that come out of there?
Probably would come out of there, it's park lighting, but
Well,
there's
those girls are probably thinking, we don't want our money we raise from whatever we do to pay for
I don't blame them, I wouldn't want it in there.
And I don't
So is there a way that they can have their own little separate account?
with
I
you.
mean, I don't know how things work, I don't know if that's possible or not. So that they know the money they raise.
Well, they can't have their own account, no.
what's it
They,
gonna be called?
right, I mean, can they
How
have,
do they count?
Well,
right,
I don't think
Well,
event lighting, something like that, like.
What about
You get some words, event lighting.
Well,
Like
park
Christmas
lighting-
But this is- they're getting
What
later.
about taking park off there?
Huh?
Yeah.
What about taking park off there and doing it?
Well, we have to have.
You know what, you just made a
We
good
just,
point.
we have to have.
A lot of this money,
Yes, you have to.
It is labor.
ARP,
You know?
anything else.
We have to pay
Yes.
labor.
Doug,
Yes.
Yes.
why these figures are so high, a lot of it is probably labor. That's,
So, we
yeah,
have,
the guys that work for us.
so we have to have,
What?
we have to have.
When they're working out there putting lights up, you don't think they're getting paid?
They're not supposed to be.
You're not supposed to be.
That was all volunteer.
That's right.
It was all,
Not the township.
they're not supposed to be doing it. Mark, that was all Ray and Mark. That was all supposed to be volunteer. Has been for decades.
If Mark's not here,
They
if
get
I'm
$50,000
high school and go out there and cut some of those branches, because the people were having Christmas tree stuff during the day when you're working. Go cut those branches and clean up the park for Christmas. You think he's doing it, he's following his ear?
You don't get it done anyway.
But when you take that and then you say, okay, that part of that, well, I'm just saying that might be.
I really don't think that's right.
So,
I
our line items are parks, cemeteries, fire.
Same.
Weren't you supposed to
Yes,
take
same.
the trees in the
But
park?
that's an operating, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Then,
So go ahead.
then, I don't understand, he's on the clock about what he's doing, if he's sitting in the garage writing something off the river, if he's trimming trees, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Right.
My mistakes was maybe
Right.
this was so expensive because
I
they
think $100 worth of labor.
labor.
We do separate.
I don't know.
So if he's in the cemetery for 4 hours, he comes out of the cemetery, so they stay. And if he's doing roads, it comes out of the road.
He gets paid.
It does work that way.
Yeah, right, there's no way to sit down. Let me ask you a question. The fiscal officer lady that I spoke with, she does all the auditing and stuff, she said operating part of that's one, because you're operating, that's all your lights, so the labor, the this, and that.
Yes.
She said you should be under a separate, it shouldn't be under
I
operating,
agree.
because you're not operating, and it's donated money from the township. I'm just covering everybody's behind, because if it probably wasn't done, when the guys did it, they weren't really thinking everything out. And nowadays, with everything going on in
If we
other
could do that, I don't
townships,
see a problem.
I think
I think that's a good
can
idea.
you please have it separate, and
Yes.
can we like, twice a year, just like, I think you just did that last one, that was perfect. This is what we got, this is what we spent, and when we donate money, I'll make sure, hey, this is what we spent, before I turn it in, I will put it on the banner. We raised $2,000, we spent this, we turned the rest of it in. I'm okay with that, if you girls are okay with that. So that that way, that's,
Just to clarify, so when Ed works for whatever department he works for,
Yes.
even though he did X amount of dollars,
Yes.
he did get out of different accounts.
Yes.
Work street.
Yes.
Cemetery,
Cemetery,
park.
fire, yes.
Okay. I just wanna clarify.
okay, so we got that situated, that's what we're gonna do. So we'll have our own line, out of operating, we're gonna do that, like the memorial or whatever the one you do, okay. And we're gonna do a fundraiser, we're gonna do 50-50 fundraiser, whatever money we raise, I will have a tally, this is what we raised, this is what we spent, I'm gonna give you a copy of everything, and then whatever the money's left over, and then if I need money later on in the year, say, hey, we wanna get this, I will come to a meeting, I will ask for it,
Yes.
and we could go from there. What do you expect from us?
Okay, the money that's in the fund, if there's $2,000, you don't come to us and ask for $3,000.
No,
What if you wanna buy something else?
Well,
So we have a list.
Okay.
no, you say, and you know what, I like to do this, and you girls tell me, and tell me I'm an asshole, I'm fine with that. We have to keep a
Can
minimum.
I say that?
No. People, I'll tell you right now, I say we keep a minimum of whatever, make it amount, $250 in an account, like, don't let it go, like, they were taking it to a negative every year. I don't want it to
Okay,
be.
so the first form I got from Nikki back at a meeting is something, we were negative something.
Put it in an account.
We have $1,000 right now. Where did that come from?
But that's the reason I want to get a different line.
On your problem.
Over here. We have a good year for the
Oh,
closing.
that comes in at the end of the year, it's not like.
Yeah, you don't get every month.
It comes in.
Right, but we were negative something, the first meeting in December, we were negative, I don't remember which.
Because I'm gonna tell you
$1,000.
I'm gonna tell you why. You know why? Because of the $3,500, the lights on the buildings came out of our fund. That's why we were in the negative.
Yeah, it's right here.
So it's on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just confused.
That should have been ARP money day one. We all know that. We all agree on
This is the first one.
that.
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Was here, I said, that is coming out of ARP money. And we're gonna call it decorative lighting, we're not calling it Christmas lighting, we're calling it decorative lighting, so it can come out of the ARP money. Yes, no problem. So.
Is that big first?
No, it's gone. They
Our
already
big money's
checked
gone.
out.
Why, then who did it? Why
No?
did it cut it? This is what I'm saying.
It came out of our, so
So.
from this point on, we're gonna raise money, we're gonna take all the Christmas play money, we're gonna take it out of operating part, we're gonna have our own freaking line. And then when we raise money, I will give you a sheet, this is what we raised, this is what it's gonna, we're gonna do that.
We want you, I'm fine to make you nuts.
It's not.
We need to talk to the fiscal officer. and make sure that
I know
works.
she's here tonight.
Well,
She's
apparently she's not.
She have family.
Does
Just so, you know.
No, this is.
Do you know if we're allowed to have another line, you know?
I've talked to.
I believe
And if it's all
we
Mr. Anderson.
have to put it in and we have to notify the
Yes.
Trumbull County. They verify it, and we can then put money into it. It might be a month or two.
Right, she says it usually takes about 2 months.
Okay. Yeah, we're on.
But she says, one, it's cleaner for you guys, and it's cleaner for us.
Okay.
Yeah, can we get clarification of what all comes out of our funds, like you're saying, the labor?
Well,
No.
nothing now.
No.
Whatever.
Going forward, nothing.
That's gonna be your money.
Yes.
Oh, anything that dealt with park lighting came out of the park lighting fund, and that's where we were giving you guys money, that's where that money was coming from. But as of tonight, when we,
Well, I'm gonna take.
if we change that, it will only be lighting for you guys, that'll be a separate line.
So when people donate money for the Christmas play, like say she says, we did the Christmas play, that goes to the.
That should go into that line, I guess.
Because I had 2 people, okay, set those elements here, they gave money to go towards the lighting. So they don't help in that.
Yeah.
Where's that?
If it's helping them,
Work out.
work out, yeah, that money's gonna come out.
There's 70,000 some of those.
Right.
He's on the clock.
Yes.
Robin,
What's my, sorry?
so you girls bear in mind, when you get help from Ed, from 8 to 4 or whatever, you're gonna pay.
Okay.
That money will come out.
He's on the clock, so they're gonna take money out of your account to pay.
Okay.
Or we don't use it.
Yeah, or you don't use it.
Right.
Yeah, that one's just other questions, I
Okay.
also have to talk about the waiting materials.
So they got everyone.
Government.
Whatever he says, right,
It is,
right.
it is.
Okay.
So the other thing, when you go out there and look at that space, it's full.
Yes, ma'am, I assure you it's awful.
It's full. And the thing of it is, like, we don't really have the ability to make the assessment of this thing has passed its prime, it's lived its playful use.
Okay,
Somebody needs to make assessments,
yes,
clean that thing out,
we
because
should do it.
there's some things that we will never be able to.
Well, we can talk about the people with the blocks that bought that were donated.
Yeah, this is-
They even go back to the people, I mean, I don't know, are there names on that?
Yeah.
So what we were gonna do is actually like this, that's before.
You try to get back to people? No, I tried to get them back.
Okay, so we're talking
We'll get
about
them for you.
the
Tell
Summerfest, we're doing
Yeah,
the
they-
walking
you-
groups, we're doing the talking stuff.
Yeah, you did.
Walking and talking. We want to set them down and
Yeah.
put on those blocks, come get your blocks.
Yeah.
And now we get rid of them out of there,
Mhm.
out of storage, if they want, what they don't want,
She said she tried to get hers.
Okay,
I'll
so
get it.
here's what here's what
Yeah.
yeah. So
here's what
Right.
And they should do it.
Later,
The reason, I suggest, the reason that we don't use them is because there's one cord per block, and there's no way we can display them without having a complete electrical catastrophe.
I think that's probably why they were
They're glass blocks.
They used to light us.
Glass block windows.
I got you, and there's names engraved on it.
Yes, and they used to line all the sidewalks.
Oh,
but-
That's what them black cords are that have the plugs everywhere. Gotcha.
It's really cool, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
It's really.
Our property,
They did.
have to take an inventory of them ahead of time. And then the ones that you, I'll.
You can
I'll
do
take
it
a look,
yourself.
absolutely.
Because I'm gonna put it on the agenda to Summerfest,
Yeah.
if you have the last block, we will be
So
presenting
I'll,
our, have a
so I'll
knowledge
give you a
available.
list of what's there, and when you give one away, you just put a check on it, and if it's gone, I subtract it from my inventory, we're cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
We all
Because
do
they
that.
are nice, I mean, people
You know,
show it in the
I say-
back.
I said I went in there with a hammer and smashed them all.
Oh,
Give them away to the people. They're all gone, take them out of inventory.
Yeah.
Cause whatever we don't give away, we're throwing them.
They
And
have,
they're broken,
they
right?
have people's names on them, I mean, they're actually engraved.
Right.
We have somebody from
I'm
the
being
Facebook.
sarcastic, right, Jeff?
You just say, take money, and then let's get rid of it.
That upstairs, all been in, it's hot for freaking mess.
Yes.
We want that, we wanna get it cleaned up and organized, that's why I wanted the toes, we wanna get this thing.
Yes.
So when we wanna go get some, we know that this, we have this money, like, we don't have to take an inventory, we're gonna know where everything's at. It's all gonna be nice and ready to go. So when we're planning to decorate it, this is what we're gonna do, okay, we got this, we'll know. But to sit there, you want me to go through and there's 17
No, I-
strings of white lights,
No,
there's
I was gonna do that.
and
You're
it
not
has
responsible
will
for
not
that.
work.
That's the other thing.
You are not responsible for that.
Okay.
That's our job.
Yeah.
We, oh, that's what we'll do,
And I'm not
but,
going to check the
yes.
box.
Like, do it every year.
Yeah.
And I'm not rewiring the damn gear.
Keep raising them high.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
All right, are we close to the,
Wait, you just got what you're looking
Yeah,
at?
there's also the things we want to bring attention, the glass blocks getting cleaned out, safe
Yes.
space, and we're not gonna use them. The major and those trees, we've repaired them, but I don't know how much light they have left on them.
Okay.
The danger doesn't it? There's just the trees,
Oh,
there's a metal bracket, and it's being welded to try to, there.
They're so heavy.
Now,
They're-
you have to pound them into the ground and then screw them on there, and most of the brackets are broken. I mean, Paul tried to do what he could to get them up.
Broken bracket.
Yeah.
okay, that's.
So I don't know who donated them, if they wanna fix them. I mean, I don't.
So this is the way it's supposed to work, you bring it to my attention, what,
Yeah.
and
The major needs a couple things fixed too.
Needs some repair, there might be some
Okay.
things that are too gone, but.
I mean, do you know who donated them?
I think secret.
Not a little village.
You did the village.
Yeah. The village,
And the
we're going to,
village.
because it's to the point where that's, we're taking all of those
okay.
pallets, we're gonna put them inside around the trees.
What's the village, is that the thing that was in the?
Part of it was in it, those summers are heavy, they're small, and so we're gonna revamp a little bit so that way we're not just.
Take them off the pallets, right?
Make them easy.
Okay.
It's manageable. Yeah, that's the thing, is like those trees for us,
Oh,
just like physically, we're not capable.
Well, they're-
Can you ever roll it towards that amount?
Yes.
Yeah,
Those
those
are
are-
those
Yes.
Yes, that's all broken brackets.
Send it to me if you could,
I will.
and if you don't like that, I'll see if I can't get one of these.
And I'll be honest, I'm going to, anybody that wants to, if they want to make something, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Well, TCPC donated it too.
Oh, yes, I got more stuff at home that I got taken from TCC.
Yes, in my shop.
You're fine. You're fine.
Get it out, and you're fine, that's his science.
Kinda.
And that's the other thing too, if we're going to be, maybe like, this is just a, putting it out there, since we're gonna be at the summer fest with the booths and the blocks. If there's other things in the attic that we wanna put for sale from the township or whatever, from
From the
that
back
attic,
into the park, like.
that would be.
There's some needy families that need that stuff.
You got chairs up there, honest to God, I would be afraid of someone.
Oh, no, they're from.
You can, there you go. There you go. We can sell those chairs, there's some people here that they love that just have a little piece of.
The town.
Put a planter on it.
Whatever, but if we could get an approval to sell that, all that money you guys put back into the operating fund or whatever, if that would go to the operating fund to help pay for, what's his name, Ed,
Yeah, I mean.
and clean it out some, but I mean, it's. we're willing to work with you guys, and we really wanna do this, and we had a blast, and we enjoyed it, and it was freaking awesome. It's just the stress of it all. Of the money, that's the only thing, the money's the stressful part.
It just, new stuff, new spawn, you know, changes.
I know.
And the other thing is, you know, like the cleaning out of stuff, it's like, it's not our stuff, so we can't make those choices, you guys have to make those choices. And it would just be so much easier if it was just more organized for us.
We tried.
Can we,
Yeah, we spent
can we
time
get
there.
some, if we do, when we do this, it's not if, when? Can I ask you to be there to help?
I
Just
would
to,
absolutely
we'll do,
help.
pull everything and this, that, and we'll make a pile and
Work
go from
together.
there.
Yeah, preferably
Okay.
that it's not 90 or 20 below.
We were just sweating our freaking, oh my god.
For the next few years, that'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, we almost died out there.
We,
And
you
then the
know,
winter we were
we
freaking out.
asked how to do it.
It would be.
It really would, because after that, we're gonna be busy in cemeteries. Okay.
And like, there's things that we wanna do for the 4th of July, and I think I got great ideas, but, you know, I just don't wanna.
Let me get a quick question, how much space do you guys think you need?
Up there on the very
What's
top.
coming? For what you have right now, or what you're buying, how much space do you need? Can we separate, in other words, can we slowly get rid of our stuff?
What stuff do you have up there?
Well, that's what I,
All the stuff you just said.
everything you just
All
talked.
chairs,
Oh, the chairs and stuff like that, those books, you don't even get that everything.
Everything.
I don't think there's a huge rush on it, it's just, it's not gonna.
Things just need updated and.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
shelves and
like-
everything, all our stuff there and keep, and then,
Yeah, we can take a whole
Organize.
section for you guys, and then we'll take it out.
Yeah.
And I want to put a section just for like we have stuff like or whatever, we'll put things for spring, and then the rest is Christmas, and then you guys can have the other side, and we can make it nice up there, so that everybody knows where everything's at. And a lock on it, absolutely, we've got to put a lock on it, guys.
yeah, we've got one.
keep it on, keep it on.
Well,
And
yeah.
it'll be the same,
You guys show Christmas lights.
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, boy.
Right.
No, I don't think I gotta keep, well, I don't know, I might, I don't know.
Did you set it over here?
Yeah, the shed in the middle, yeah, stuff.
That's
That'll
what
be
the
the
last
same.
laws are.
That'll be the, yes, that'll be the same lock at the top of the stairs.
You got a lot of clay tile back here, where are we at?
You have also that too?
Yeah. Jeez.
All right, so let's, go back over it one more time. All right. So we need to
A
make,
quick oversight.
we need to make another account line that is very specific for you
Our-
to not commingle any of that money,
Correct,
correct?
yes, please.
And we can call that park lighting, right?
No.
Holiday
lighting.
Holiday, event.
Event lighting.
How about just events?
Yeah, there you go.
Just events, because they want to do more than just part lighting in this.
Okay.
Can I say something right now? I'm trying to be a jerk when I say this.
Yeah,
Our township had the same problem, and they had a lighting committee. They made it a community event organization.
There you go.
Line item, that was it. The money they went into that, it's called community event, and they can use it for whatever.
And that's what I said, that was my one of those things, like, I had the idea of a separate line.
all right, okay.
I said it like 9 times.
But that's where I got it from I went to other communities to figure this all out, I was just
Thank
trying to
you.
be an asshole. I'm a little bit of an asshole.
All right, so, okay, so and we pledged that all of the money in that event will go to you.
And that money,
That includes out here
thank
too.
you. Thank you.
You need to change the.
Yep, to
Wording on
that.
The clothing, like, yeah, that, she's gonna have to change the wording on that, so that it goes to
Okay,
that.
change the sign.
Whatever money you guys are dedicating to the community event organization has to.
And I'll make sure that we put on the end that anybody who wants to donate to the Christmas light, please change the community event, and then we'll go on to a separate line. I'll make sure that
And then so then we will know monthly what gets put into our account from that or whatever, and then
Yes.
if we ask for Ed's help, then we understand we're paying, we just whatever we ask.
We can work on that.
We can work on that. I don't want to say absolutely you're gonna have to pay for it, because no.
If you get in the budget, then get it on.
We're paying, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna pick it up to you.
Yeah, you don't want to work for Joe.
We
You
gotta
can
be
quit
pumped.
now, Joe, I'll tell you right now.
We're quitting.
Okay.
Everybody?
I hope we can do it on a 50/50.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys sitting out.
I'm just saying.
Well, then she can have her own meeting.
Because we look good.
I'm just saying.
Hey, somebody's gotta stand up. There's not over here.
Stand up for what?
You know, us. You just gotta say, this is what's gonna happen.
I started right off, I said,
Buddy, I know
we
you
can
have.
say
I
45
appreciate it.
minutes.
I appreciate you.
We're doing exactly what I said 45 minutes ago. What are we discussing?
Well, I appreciate all this, I really do, and I think one, it's gonna be a nice
Well, I
thing for you guys also.
I think the air, yeah, it cleaned up the air.
Yeah.
That's all we need to do.
Yeah.
It seemed like the air was all dirty in between us, right?
And I think it's gonna clean up for the trustee, for the financial side.
I'm glad you're so worried about us. We don't need it. We should be.
You know who I am?
Okay.
I like you. If I get something there I don't like, we're gonna have a big problem. So I do like you.
Okay.
Ask Joe, when I don't like somebody, no, that sucks.
Daily.
How about you names and phone numbers of everyone that's here, please? That way I can maybe give you guys a mass text and we can get a date set for when we do the upstairs. Hopefully that'll be done in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The beverage tunnel is anything besides iced tea?
No.
What are the rules on that?
Hey, where's my fun slushy, adult slushy? Are we doing the adult slushy, did you say?
They're on.
Oh. Well, I went there, it was not running, but the.
Well, you ain't been here in 3 weeks.
Yeah. My dog been going back for the ad.
You avoided me like the plague.
No, I really like my dog going back. He's just got a heart issue. And he's got a heart specialist. My dog has a heart specialist.
So you haven't been drinking at all?
No.
Well, she's lying. She's lying.
Oh, I did her too.
She is?
No, I'm lying, that's true. Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen you either.
You saw me coming out of Spark?
If you're still drinking that, you're not drinking.
Oh. Well, we were there on Henry. We were there.
She's well, because I'm gonna be raising money, and she'll keep track of stuff, she's our treasurer, Libby's your secretary, but she needs to write it.
Okay.
And she's fine, back
I don't know if
She's
we
my
talk
boss.
about that again.
Yeah, she's my backup.
I'm gonna talk to that gentleman about it.
Yes, when you're,
What I said.
she's my go.
Yep.
I just like, yeah, she's the calm,
Yeah.
cool, like,
I mean,
make sure we're all.
Just the middleman.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do have, because my ARDIN, which I do have the
I don't.
You are a,
If
you
somebody-
are a
You know
legal,
what I say?
You're a
state of Ohio, legal
You
opinion.
No.
also have to pay tax.
Everybody's a chief.
Okay.
Anybody you raise, you gotta pay tax. So
Okay.
if I raise and I spend this month, then you know, but it's,
Oh, like some-
Mike said it is.
Indians are much
donate that much, then you don't have to.
Much easier. Yeah.
And then if you buy something for you, I don't have to pay tax. So see, that's why I'm trying to get the most of the money.
I'll do whatever.
I'm doing everybody else money, I saw
We'll
you.
get it.
Say,
Anything else?
Yeah,
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Yes.
Yes,
Second.
What's
Oh, I know. Okay.
And
Thank
then,
you.
You're all right.
So you hear this before.
And that was